Okay, so the key to doing this problem is to remember the steps that we did when we work on our absolute value equations and a couple of different steps when we do our inequalities. So as always, the first step we do when we're solving an absolute value anything, equation or inequality, is to write our two equations. So I can already tell that my absolute value is by itself, which is how I could do this. So I'm going to write my two equations is less than negative 11 and negative 8a minus 3 is greater than 11. So when I write the negative version of our two equations, the inequality flips. Okay, so I want to get the a by itself. To do that, I need to get rid of that negative 3 and negative 8. I need to add 3 to both sides first. Okay, so now that I've done that, I end up with negative 8a is less than negative 8, and negative 8a is greater than 14. Okay, so next step, I have negative 8 times a, so to undo that, I have to divide. And one really important thing to note here is that I'm dividing by a negative. Whenever I divide an inequality by a negative, something happens to the sign. When I divide by a negative, my inequality sign flips. Okay, so I end up with a is, inequality flips, greater than 1, and a is less than, now this is going to be a fraction, I can't make that, so, okay, so it's 14 divided by 8, both are divisible by 2, so that ends up being negative 7 over 4. And I can't reduce that any further. So okay, since it's greater than, it's going to be those two things. So it's either a is greater than 1. Well, you usually do them least to greatest. So a is less than negative 7 over 4. Or a is greater than 1. And that is my solution.